For deep state scientists to complain that predictions about man-made climate change and pandemic projections are being ignored is an insult to real engineering logic. They demand civility for those who question their vacuous conclusions. The fact is, their predictions have always been wrong. Their data is fabricated and constantly adjusted to meet their agenda. They are convinced a handful of Twitter supporters represents a majority of the population. Adding, the consensus of scientists makes it valid in spite of no supporting data, only extrapolations. Projections regarding severity of COVID-19 have been off by as much as an order of magnitude. National news media make hype situations where climate change deniers and those who don't wear masks who are ignorant, selfish, and stupid for not following the consensus of a handful of unelected elites who hate the country. They hate the president's tweets because it works so well for him. He can make his position known before they can recharacterize his tweets. Their agenda is always contrary and will result in anarchy and in a society completely void of logic and personal responsibility. The NFL and publicly held companies are now being intimidated into agreeing with this madness. They are convinced their way to run the world would eliminate racism and the evils of capitalism in spite of the fact that capitalism has worked better for all races than any other system in the history of the world. They insist that eliminating all of man-made carbon dioxide, which amounts to only about 1% of all greenhouse gas, would save the planet. They ignore the fact that man-made CO2 levels have not been lower over the past 50 years because of this pandemic. With Siberia having the hottest summers on records, and with heavy rainfalls and hurricanes approaching decade-high levels, is proving the exact opposite. To reach these levels of carbon dioxide permanently would be a Herculean task in normal times. This is a near-perfect test to see if the reduction in levels of man-made CO2 would have any effect on natural warming of the planet that is occurring. So far, it's only gotten worse with the reduction. All the perversions and atrocities have a common thread. Immigration, mail-in ballots, voter ID, discrimination, racism, pedophilia, human trafficking, abortion, global warming, pandemics, and socialistic economies are all part to advance a new world order. The master game plan must remain hidden or it will not work. The fake news and politicians must continue to fabricate their false accusations and narratives about their enemies to divert attention from the very thing they are doing under disguise of virtue signaling. Illegal immigration spawns most of these atrocities. It covers for drug and human trafficking. It provides a source of low information voters who need to vote without an ID. It provides babies used for grisly satanic rituals as well as body parts and fetuses for underground medical research looking for the fountain of youth. Aborted babies and baby parts and organs is a multi-billion-dollar underground enterprise. Sexually trafficked girls are impregnated and become victims, some of them dying, thrown away, or thrown back into the den of sexual predators like Epstein or Weinstein. The clientele involved in these numbers are among the elite who dare not have their identities disclosed. All these are the reasons for the deep state to hate Donald Trump. The reason for the war against him is because this would have not happened and be exposed if Hillary Clinton had won. Since she did not win, the destruction of the country is a small price to pay to keep it hidden. This is Keith Kuby wishing you the best in making the world a better place.